That hard-hitting, award-winning voice of conservatism, patriotism, and controversy. The one and only Wally George.
That's me, the one and only. There'll never be another me. There will never be another me. Did any of you guys, Louis, did you watch that American Idol thing that's been going on forever?
No.
Boy, oh boy, I can't believe the audience that thing, it's been #1 in the ratings now for the first one they did, and now the second one that they did. It's unbelievable ratings. And it's making stars of these young kids who are competing. I forget the name of the guy who won last week or so, but he was a big guy and with a big voice. And then you remember the little guy with the punky hair. I can't think of his name either. But boy, oh boy. The American public has taken to that show. #1 in the ratings, and #2. Jeez. Well, anyway, why didn't I think of that? Okay. We are back, Wally George here with, we have Jeff Bingham, my this fine director who has been with us a long time, and he's been away because his father had serious surgery on his foot, and we're glad that he's okay now and he's back. Jerry Bingham. Jerry Bingham, you wouldn't believe him. He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You should see he's lost quite a bit of weight, and he looks like he could go on that star show. You're looking great, Jerry, and glad you're feeling better, and glad everything came out okay with that foot. And while Jeff has been away, our wonderful program director, Johnny Atkinson, has been sitting in, directing, and he was responsible for creating this new set. And can we get a shot of, so they can let's get a shot of that over there. Yeah, see the desk and the chair and everything. Well, I'll tell you, it's beautiful. Okay, come back. And American flag and you can see the city skyline behind me. Oh, I'll tell you, this is big stuff, folks. Big stuff. Thank you, Johnny, for all the wonderful things that you have done working on my show. You've done a terrific job, and I'm really grateful to you. You're a fine young man and a fine program director here at KDOC. That's what he is, and a good program director for a change. Only kidding. And see, Louis Tasso, right?
Yes.
Is on the floor tonight, working the cameras and stuff, and glad to see you. Glad to see you all here as we join hands with our great president, George W. Bush. And I can only pray that next year, George W. is reelected for another 4 years. He is second only to Ronald Reagan as a great, great president. Well, I want to get very serious now and talk about our wonderful friend, Pat Boone. Now I know many of you know that Pat Boone, the great singer, who I've known for about 30 years, I remember interviewing him when I was a disc jockey. And Pat Boone is one of the owners of this station and chairman of the board. And I found out only recently about the horrendous thing his grandson Ryan went through. And I saw Pat and some of his children on the Larry King show, and also on TBN. And boy, I was talking a couple of nights ago about the power of prayer. The power of prayer. And this is a perfect example. And I want to ask you to keep on praying for Pat Boone's grandson, Ryan, because it isn't all over yet. But Ryan has made giant strides when the doctors said he probably wouldn't live. Some time ago, Ryan was up on the roof of a building getting some sun, and he tripped and fell through the skylight. And he fell 4 stories to the cement. 4 stories right down and hit the cement. Bang. Now 4 stories is pretty darn high. Should have been dead. Nope. Well, he was unconscious in a coma, and when he opened his eyes, he was paralyzed. He couldn't speak. He couldn't move. And doctors said he wouldn't live. But Pat Boone knew better. Pat Boone and the Boone family were gathered around his bed in turns 24 hours a day. And Pat went on TBN, and the TBN people asked for their viewers around the world to pray for Ryan. And millions of people prayed for Ryan. And Larry King had Pat Boone and Ryan on his show, and Larry, although he is an agnostic, asked his viewers around the world to pray for Ryan. Well, our time is almost gone, so I have to conclude by saying this: the power of prayer. Doctors said it was all over. Not only would he never move or talk or walk, or he would die. Well, Ryan is now talking, singing. It brought tears to my eyes when I saw him singing with his dad, Pat. Singing, feeding himself, and is coming along fantastic. The power of prayer brought Ryan back, confounding doctors everywhere. The power of prayer. I remember when I was lying on my back in the hospital and they didn't know if I was going to make it or not, Pat Boone's voice came over the phone and said, "I'm praying for you, Wally." Calvin Brack, my dear friend, CEO here at KDOC. Robert Schuler, my friend at Crystal Cathedral. The power of prayer. Think about it. God will answer your prayers if you truly believe. No, I'm not a minister. I'm just a man who knows what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. Stay where you are. Need some health insurance, life insurance? Yes, they do carry Blue Shield, of course. My good friend, Al Snook, I've known him a long time. My pal, Al, Big Al. Give him a call. He'll take care of your insurance needs. Phone number on your screen. And with your insurance, I will give you a free autographed copy of my autobiography, Wally George, the Father of Combat TV. My pal, Al Snook Insurance. If you're in need of any kind of aerial photography, there's only one place to go, Plane Shots Aerial Photography. There's the number on your screen. Talk to Michael. He's the expert. He's been flying around doing this kind of work for over 15 years. So for whatever use, if you need aerial photography, he's the guy. Mention my name and you get a special bonus discount on your fee and an autographed copy of my book.
Every Saturday night, KDOC is going totally 80s. Join Mr. T and the gang with the A-Team at 8 o'clock. Then, it's David Hasselhoff and Kit in Knight Rider. At 10 o'clock, join Johnny Depp in 21 Jump Street. And at 11, fly with Jan Michael Vincent in Airwolf. It's totally 80s every Saturday night from 8 to midnight. Right here on KDOC TV.
Hey, Wally George here, back with you, and glad to have you here. We're here, as you know, every night, Monday through Friday, 12:30, and I have a good friend here, my pal, Al Snook.
Yes,
How
Wally,
are
it's
ya?
good to be back on your show.
Al Snook Insurance. How you like my big cup here?
Yeah,
Huh?
I noticed it's grown in size here.
Yeah, well, thank you.
So both of us have grown in size, too, in the past year.
Speak for yourself, pal.
Oh, well, thanks, Wally,
Al
for the
Snook,
introduction.
Al Snook Insurance, and what's going on, Al?
Well, we've been very busy, and of course we're looking forward here to the presidential election here in a couple of years. But today I wish to talk about our business, which is life and health insurance, and the importance of protecting your family, and of course health care for seniors and prescriptions here.
Too many people just say, oh, well, you know, I'll get insurance someday soon, but then they never do it.
You know, that's a tragedy, because what happens is many people, of course, especially when they're young, is that they realize that they're invincible, but once they have a car accident or something happens to their health, then it becomes extremely difficult for them to get individual policies, individual insurance.
What happens if a person is in a terrible situation, becomes seriously ill, has a heart attack, stroke, something, and the ambulance come and he doesn't have insurance? Can they get him into the hospital?
Yes, the emergency rooms have to take you, even the undocumented people, as you're well aware of, fortunately, because that's a good policy that we have.
But will they admit them to the hospital?
Yes, they have to until such a time that they can be stable enough to be released and go to their family or loved ones.
Okay, but it's always good to have, I know I have my insurance here, just in case. You never know. I've had my share of problems, believe me.
Well,
I've been in the
that's
hospital
true, Wally.
many times.
Yeah, and I've known you for a number of years, and you've had excellent doctors and care, and it shows the importance of insurance.
Yep, it certainly does. How long have you been in the insurance business?
33 years I've been in business. In Garden Grove area, we've paid out millions, believe me, millions of dollars in benefits, both life and health insurance. We represent all the health insurance companies.
All the health insurance companies.
And speaking of that, I have my office manager here today, and I'd like to invite her up, if I may, Wally, and introduce her.
You want to come up and get down on one knee
Christine.
here, if you pardon the...
Now, it's been a while, Wally, since you've had a pretty young lady here.
There you go, and there she is. What's your name?
Christina.
Speak up real loud.
My
Christine.
My name's Christina,
Okay.
and I'll be the one who answers the phone and helps you with any...
Talk into my mic here.
Yes, there we go. Get
How
up
are you,
front and
folks?
personal here.
Hi. Okay.
She's known
I'll be
Wally for
answering the
years.
phone and helping you with any problems that you may have or getting your insurance for you.
Fantastic. Wasn't that a thrill being that close to Wally George?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, what a thrill for her, I'll tell you, folks.
She'll treasure the photo.
Would you like to say anything else here?
No, that's it. Bye.
What's your name again?
Christina.
You might as well stay here because
Okay.
we're almost through anyway.
Yeah, and
So-
not only that, but look how wonderful she looks. We're very happy here.
You said that as they had a picture of me.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, how wonderful you look as well.
How wonderful we all look.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
for
all
heaven's
look.
sake.
Yeah, see, yeah,
Okay.
you cut me out of the picture there. That's okay. I'm
Okay.
the one that's paying for this.
My pal Al Snook, do not call him Al Snook.
No.
Because you get kidded about that all the time.
all the
I'm sure.
time. The Snookum show used to be very popular many
Al
years ago.
Snook.
Yeah.
You know,
But Big Al is normally what people call me.
Or my pal Al.
Yeah, my pal
Call the
Al.
number on your screen, 714-636.
4848.
4848.
And you'll get an immediate response.
636-4848 for any kind of insurance information. And tell my pal Al Snook that Wally sent you. And if you come in and you take out some insurance and everything, I will give you a personally autographed copy of my autobiography. And Al will give you a little bonus as well, won't you?
Well, we cannot do that because
you
we're
can't do that.
regulated by the
Okay.
federal and state laws.
Well, I'll give you
But we'll give them a nice book and
a personally autographed to you, okay? Thanks for coming down, guys.
Yeah.
And I'll see you soon. And I shall return. Stay where you are. You want to get a tan and keep it all year long? Come to Totally Tanning and Nutrition in Orange and see my friend Nathan. He's the owner. And hey, you can get that fantastic Mystic Tan OV free at Totally Tanning, all new beds. Mention Wally George and you get a special bonus discount and a free autographed copy of my autobiography. How about